So last time Kushagra explained about the conditional rendering and lightning web component, but I'm not sure that everyone got the complete clarity because that was one example. So let's understand a little bit about conditional rendering. So basically, it's like a true false. Like, for example, we say that okay, if it is raining, then do this. If not, then do that. So if we are talking about Apex, last time he explained it just in a brief. I'm telling so that you remember that if we are talking about Aura components, we use Aura if, and if we are talking about Apex, we use if else. But the logic remains the same. And here we use template if true or template if false. So like that it works, as simple as that. Now let's go with one of the codes. So let me just open this. So if you see here, on the click of it, CEO of Google is coming. So that's how the conditional rendering works. So let's see the code now. So you can like not worry about the lightning card and div and all, styling and all you can miss. Now we are talking a template if true and template if true, and inside that we are putting all the logic. And if you observe, there can be multiple templates. So there is main template, and inside it also there can be multiple templates. So you're putting template, and inside that you can put the condition if true. And then you say what if true. So here what you have done is, I will just copy paste the code and that's how you will understand better. But you are trying to do that, okay, if it is true, your data visible. So that time image should be visible, otherwise not. So this whole thing will be visible if template, if true is, if it is true, otherwise it won't be visible. So that's what they want to do. So for that, firstly, they have created a checkbox, and on checkbox, they have handled on change. That on change is an event, browser event. On the basis of browser event, handle change will be working. And if we go to the handle change, here, see, here they are passing our details visible. Initially, they are making it as false. So initially it is false, and then they are saying if it is true, then do something. And then they are saying if it is true, then like how it will be true when the checkbox is checked, even though target is checked, then it is true. And that time make display all this. So that's how it works. So let me just put in the playground once just to show you. So you can see, right? Sundar Pichai is coming and his image is coming. So is it clear to you all, like how is it working?
Yes, Priti. It is.
Okay. So
Can you show once the HTML code markup? Okay, in the paragraph. Okay, got it. Yeah.
now just give me a second. Let me modify it a little. So if we print show my name, and I want that my name should come. So can you guys help me in printing that instead of this image coming?
On 17th line,
Mm-hmm.
change to your name.
Can I remove this?
Right, yes.
And I can print. Okay, simple, right? So do you guys want to try it once and then share the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
I can keep this on.
So Smriti, I wanted to ask you, if you are developing Lightning Aura components, we put the component in an app for previewing, easy previewing, right?
Yeah, you can do that. I
Yeah.
can.
Yeah. So in the same way, Lightning web components, when we are doing in VS Code, to preview, we use local developer server, right? Otherwise, we have to go to the org and then add it as a web component in pages, app, home, or record page, and then we can see. To avoid all that, if we set up local developer server, we can preview then and there without connecting to org. Is that the purpose of developer server? Is my understanding correct?
So basically, if you have the local development server, it's in your local environment. You just simply save it, and you are able to see there itself. So it's very easy to see. That is the purpose of it. That is in
Yeah,
your
for previewing, easy previewing purpose.
easy preparing purpose. You can say that, like for seeing in your local without deploying it to the server, you can do that. Another thing you said that in Aura we have to put in the Lightning app. If you want, you can even put Lightning Web Component in the app, which I can show you after this. That there also you can put in the app and you can preview it in the exactly same way. I can show
Oh,
you.
Lightning web components also we can put in the app and then we can preview.
Exactly same way, yes.
Okay. So Lightning web component can be placed in Aura, but Aura cannot be placed in Lightning web component, right?
True.
Okay.
Has anyone completed? Munmun, Arti, sorry, Arti, Priya, Sai Sagar.
One
No,
second, Smriti. I did another one. I went to your chapter 14 and did the list one. And then I came back here. One second.
There are few errors for me, Smriti. I'm trying to troubleshoot them.
Do you want to share?
Yeah,
I can
sure.
try fix it. Guys, let's see. Let's try to fix this code.
Let me know you guys can see my screen.
Yeah, we can see.
This is the HTML page where I
Third component, JS. There's a problem with JS file. Go to the JS file.
yes.
Event dot target dot value it should be, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
But here it will, is the
And
checkbox, right? Again, it
No,
is the
it should be checked.
checkbox, right?
It will be checked.
It should be checked, right?
oh, okay, sorry.
I think whenever we print a value, we might be using this.
Yeah, I guess.
Put even the target to check. There would be some dot. Why event is coming as a dash?
Yeah, it is. It is
That's what you were
cancelled.
saying. Yeah. Why is it coming?
A handle change in before handle
Can you
change
try
there
the
should
same
be
code in the
exclamation.
playground? I guess it should work. Can you just try once? Copy paste this code and open the playground.
Yeah, sure.
And close your WhatsApp. Okay, got it. See, what you have done is that if you see line number 3, lightning element, then there is a braces, right? Inside that braces, you have to write from 4 to line. Got it?
Oh yeah. Like you need to remove one. The outside brace you need to outside the curly bracket. Remove that. Yes, it should be exactly. And now add one. Add one at the bottom. Should be within this function.
Now check. Yay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, I think even there also it should work. You can try. Yeah, it should work. Anyone else who wants to share the code?
Yeah, I'll share
Okay.
because I did mistakes.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Yeah, Sai Sagar, you can stop share. Yeah, again, go ahead.
Yeah. So here, input type checkbox. Should it be in double quote? And it should be the name of the button or the value.
You can put simply input type checkbox and then the label name. You can see that from the SLDS documentation. It should be like the label, I guess. It doesn't take value. You can double check that. But for now, you can put label because for sure it takes label.
Okay.
So guys, like he asked, right, that input type should take label or value. So Gyan, just open Google right now itself and open and see that how we can see that. Open Lightning Data Service and put input. Put Lightning input. I think on the design system, I think you need to go back. It's more of for designing and styling. Just put Lightning input. I think LWC should be getting that particular. You should be developer.salesforce.com. Yeah. Now open this. Now you have to open the specification, I think. And in that you check that label is there, value is there, what is there, what is not. What is specification? Go down. Do you see label?
Mm-hmm.
See
Yeah,
label.
it's there.
It means that you can use label.
Text label for the input.
Yes. And value, sorry, label, I think you asked for value, right? Check value. Control F.
Yeah. Here it is.
So you can use value as well. So it specifies the value of an input element. So like that, you can check that what is there, what is not. So you have no confusion. Now go back. Let's go finish your code errors first of all. So label is equal to click me on changes there. So okay, fine.
Is this if true correct?
Yeah, if true looks correct. Yes, that's correct. Now go to the code, JS code. So value change is initially false, and then we are putting the event, and then we are putting as checked. So just to control S again.
Yeah, it is saved, auto saved.
In that HTML, I think HTML and JS, there is some difference in the handle event spelling, I think. Just check once.
This one?
Just check. Maybe I'm wrong. No, it's same only.
So
There's some braces missing or something. At what is TS? Wait, what is TS?
no, this is different.
Okay. This is Amazon Home. The error is not here, Gyan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're making us find errors in some other component and showing another component. You're taking an exam.
let, let me try it in the
Hmm.
playground. Let me play.
I also did in playground, Shruti. It's working fine.
Cool, cool. That's okay, again. It will work.
I'll just
So that's okay. That's okay. We should move ahead.
okay. I'll stop sharing them.
Yeah. So now I think you all will be little comfortable with the conditional rendering, right?
Yes.
Yes. So actually, there might be a question in the interview.
Yes,
So when like what is the tag you can use like if true, like in the condition if statement kind of, what is the tag with which you can use if true? So it's like a template. Within template only we can use with template tag. If you check the code again HTML, it is in the template tag if true. So that is one of the questions that might be asked in the interview.
Hmm. So guys, what I have seen, the one way of learning is if you make something funny examples, you will learn more. So that's what I try. So for example, I've been given a big smiley because show Timon and show Pumbaa like that. Once I click on this, then Timon will show, otherwise Pumbaa will show. Like that I have created. So see, in this one, what you observe, there are two template if true. If it is Timon, then show this image. If it is Pumbaa, then show this image. So you can have multiple template if true. And based on that, you can show a particular image or whatever you want to show. So at your like after the session, you can just try that out. And then again, go ahead.
Shruti, one question. In this HTML, JS, like the old one, what we were doing, the conditional rendering. So here, I used are details visible for if true. Okay. But Gyan was using something else, right? In if true. So we can take like that, like we can.
Yeah, that is a user defined variable. Yes, we can
Okay,
take
we can
anything.
just. Okay, fine.
Define any variable, whatever you
Okay,
want.
You
okay.
can pass any variable you want
Any
to.
variable.
So
Okay.
yeah, see this. Now you can say it is a property. So you can put any value you want to put it there. So for
Okay.
example, if I'm talking about Pumbaa and Timon, I would have passed different values. See, I have passed is Timon and is Pumbaa.
Yeah,
And
yeah, got it.
Timon I initially made it false, and then I later make it true. Got it,
Got
right?
it. Yes, got it.
And okay, again, this is a very famous example, bulb on and bulb off in W3 school if you check. That is for JavaScript. So
Yeah.
if you have time, just go ahead and try that out. It will work with the same concept. When you do turn off, then you have to put some different image. When you do turn on, then this image should show. So you have to do template if true in those two buttons. So like that, you have to set it up. So just try that out. Now, before going to the rendering of list,
Siti,
yeah.
I added see here template if
So when
true.
it comes to opening the sheet,
Shall I share my screen?
yes.
Here false. It has to change, right? If true, good morning all should come. See, the JS. Sorry, data is. I think now it will come. Oh yeah, it's coming now. Okay, I did the variable this variable name I mentioned wrong. Okay, now good night, false, good morning, true. Okay, thank you. I got it.
Can you stop share?
Yeah, I'm doing.
Awesome. So before going to the rendering list, Bharti asked one question, so I'm just quickly showing that. So Aarti asked that can we see in the app Lightning Web Component? So we can see. So you have to declare in the same way you declare Aura component. So obviously you already know that you can see in record page, home page, community, and you have seen yesterday that how you can do that. Now, if you want to show in your developer console in the Lightning app, you can even do that, and it remains the same. You do C colon and then the name of the component. So like okay. Okay, so for example, I will just comment it out. So see, the way of writing is exactly the same you would see. So let me open it once again. So there is something called product display, and I'm just saving it and I'm just previewing. So this is again built on Lightning Web Component, and the same way you put C colon, and then if you preview, it's not just saved right now, but once it saves, if you click on preview, then you will be able to see, and it is there in the Lightning app, like in Aura app, but still you will be able to see. So once it gets saved. Yeah, it's loading now. So you got it right? Aarti, you got the clarity, right?
Yes, I got the clarity. Thank you.
Now moving ahead to the rendering list. So rendering list is like one of the most important concepts, and you have to render the list instead of just bringing one particular element. So that's why it becomes very important. So looping, rendering as in it's like looping, iterating over something. So for example, in Apex, we talk about while, do while, and for loop. The same way it works. So in Apex, you already know that, okay, you have created a list and gym, CrossFit, yoga. And then if you want to iterate over it, you will simply say that string F, and then if you print like this, then you will be getting the result, gym, CrossFit, and yoga. The same way you can iterate over in LWC using the for each and iterator. So for each actually is used the most, iterator sometimes you use. So let's talk about for each once. So let's take a same example. Let me just go back. So I will explain you the concept, and then you do the code and then show it to me, and then we can discuss. So, and you can see even go to see the link also. So see, you click here, and then list comes. Earlier only one name was coming, Sundar Pichai, but now the list is coming. So that's how rendering list happens, that you get the list. So see here, just let me show you the code, and then we can talk further on that. So if you see here, there is again you have put the checkbox, and you have said that on the click of checkbox, do something. So that we have already discussed. For now, you can ignore this. So now what you're doing, you are doing for each. For each means iterating over it. Now in for each, what you will pass? What is the CO list? So basically this is the list which I have created in your JavaScript, which contains name and the company, like that. You can create the CO list. It's like an array. So if you read like this, right, declare a CO list property which should be an array, and it holds information about different COs. So that's what you have done. And now you go up, and now you will be passing that in for each, and then it is for item. So that's what you write. Now while you write it, CEO, you can pass any name. You can pass C, A, B, C, D, anything. It's like what is the current item which is holding. So if I go down, see this. From the array, we want to access the current item. So use for item and give it any name. So you can think of it as a syntax. You don't have to worry about it that much. We are thinking that we are talking about the syntax, right? So like that you will see. So if I go back again, if this one, for each, for item, so you know what it means. For each means iterating over the array. For item, it is talking about the current item. You can put any name, but that's how you write. That is clear, right? Now, once you write it, then you pass a key. So in this case, this is ID is the key. You pass a key, and then on the basis of the key, you will be then you get CEO name, then CEO company. You can do any kind of design you want. That doesn't matter. But the main point is when you put CEO name initially one name will come, then it will iterate again, and then it will show another name. Like that, what number of, here it will be iterating over the 3 elements, and like that it will be showing. So let's copy paste the code and see. And CSS is not mandatory. I think I would have put some styling to it, so we can add it. So where is this coming? Okay. Yeah. Let's see what is the error. Okay, now it's coming properly. So you see that we have iterated over the list. Now what you will do is, instead of printing the list, you will be printing your favorite hobbies. So what you will do, show list of hobbies, and then you can say dancing, music, whatever you like, just print this list. So I will give you 10 minutes for it. This is a very important concept. This is just try. I will also put my hobbies meanwhile. So you all got the question, right? I'm stopping the share so that you can try by your own.
Yes.
And I'm sharing the link so that you can, if you want, you can copy paste and edit in your way. That's fine. That will be quicker. Otherwise, it will take more time for you guys.
Mine is done. Smriti.
Okay, Priya, do you want to share?
Yeah. I'll just share. Can you see?
Not right now. Just waiting for screen. Yeah, now can see.
Okay. So I changed the label list of hobbies, and the on change is the handle change only, and I have changed the if true that property variable, and I have taken hobbies here, and the item to iterate I have taken hob. So I'm taking hob IDs and hob name here, and this is my JS. So 1 second. Yeah, initially my hobbies is false, and then this dot my hobbies will be working when it is checked, event dot target dot check. This is the list of IDs and name. So I click on it.
Awesome. Now, if I give you a task that you want to see without, like, there is no checkbox, without any condition you want to see. On the page load itself, you see dancing, singing, music,
Okay.
and list of my hobbies at the top, but there's not like a condition that on the checkbox it shows.
Okay. So in that case, checkbox and if true condition, this condition should be removed, right?
Just remove this condition, just template if true. not for each. No, not completely.
Okay. This much, right?
That's it. And now it will be working regardless of your
Correct.
setting. Now
Okay.
just remove
Got it.
lightning input because we are not using. Just put it as a P paragraph and put list of my hobbies.
Yeah.
So you can update that and like up to you the way you want to present.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, up to you the way you want to present.
Yeah. Got it.
Got it. Anyone else who wants to share and discuss?
Yes, I did the same. Initially in VS, I did conditional, and then when you said remove the condition, this is the condition. I gave my hobbies here, and then set the value. We're getting the value. If it is checked, then it will go into the for loop, and then it will print the hobbies.
Awesome.
In the playground, I removed the for each, and then all the variables and handle event things, just the list of hobbies, and I'm printing it.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So, anyone else who faced errors who wants to discuss?
No, Smriti, I was able to also do this thing. It was.
So I give you.
Priya, can you share screen once?
Yeah.
Like without for loop, I want to see, Smriti, if we can just show these values without using for loop.
Yeah, try it out. I mean, try whatever you want to try. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you can, yeah, remove the template and the div. Yeah, so yeah,
One
remove
second.
it, the div as well.
This also has to be removed. This whole thing has to be removed, right? Hop name
No,
is also.
just it just the yeah, just remove the top div, the key one, the eighth.
Okay.
This is just the styling, right? And then you need to remove the one div, either 7th, 8th, 9th, any div, like completing div.
Yeah. This one, I think. This has
And one
this,
template,
this has
ending
this.
template as well, on
One
11th
second.
line.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, if you go to your JS, so now I want to just show hobbies in the HTML. How can I do that?
First of all, this will not work. Event.check
Yeah.
will check.
Mhm.
Okay.
So on the 10th,
So
like
if this we take like that data binding we used to do, right?
exactly, yes.
So if we take that and we pull it here in HTML,
Yeah,
then
do
that
that
should.
in the 6th line, do it.
One second. The data binding. This hobbies is not needed. And this. Gyan, just help me out a bit for that data binding thing.
I think you don't need that variable, huh? You can just
Yeah.
remove that complete. So here, right at the wire, I mean at track, in front of 7th line,
Yeah. Writing there only.
at track, not wire,
Track.
space. Yeah. So now copy the hobbies and then go to your HTML. No, not the complete word. Just the spelling. Yeah, just the word.
Okay, got it. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Can you place it in the span? Remove that hop dot name. 6th line.
Yeah. Got it.
No. Go to your JS. Remove the 5th to 6th line, I guess.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
this
remove
is
that.
not needed. This is not needed.
Oh, okay. On the second line, import lightning element, comma,
Yeah,
track,
track. Okay.
comma, track. No, don't give space. Like after lightning element, don't give space. Can you go back to, oh yeah, can you go back to the HTML? Obvious. Just remove the curly braces. I think it should be the curly braces. Remove the curly braces.
Data binding, we used to keep the curly braces, right?
Yeah. Try once.
Okay, guys, exactly what you are trying to do, because we have to
Should be in
move to
curly
next topics.
braces. No, I was just trying to see, like, if you want to print the object, like in the JS, we have an object, right? If you click on JS, the object hobbies. So I wanted to check if we can directly print that. And we need track for that. Like, I was just working on that.
Okay,
No
you are
problem.
going
I'll
to
show you in the future sessions.
Yeah,
This one.
it's not a part.
that will work. We'll do it at our own.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a part of this topic. So moving on. Can you stop?
One Smriti, in your the page, web page, you have mentioned that key is the important factor. So when you declare a list, the ID is very, very important. For every list, we need to mention an ID in JSON format.
No.
That we cannot do. We cannot render.
No. Good question. So I will just tell you. So see, the importance of I will come to your question. So importance of iteration for each is so important that, see, you can build something like that by iterating only. So if you go ahead and just, I'm not going through line by line right now, because it might get complicated for you. But what I want to show you is that, see, you do template for each, and then see course detail info, and then you are able to see. Same thing you are doing, right? You don't have to worry about this one, like we are calling the child from parent, but that is not the thing to worry about. The main thing is that you simply put this, and like that you can iterate. Right. Now, Aarti asked that, do we need to put ID itself every time? No, not needed. So here you have to just put course name and banner image, right? So now this time you put key as the course name. I think a good practice would be to have ID, because it would be unique. But you can put, if you want, you can put course name also. Got it?
Yeah.
Aarti. Hello, Aarti.
Oh, sorry, I'm speaking on mute. I'm sorry. So, identifying a key is important, because there should be one key. It could be number, it could be ID, it could be a name or anything. But having key is important, right? For iteration.
If you remove key, it will throw error. You can try that.
Okay.
But it's not necessarily to be ID. So like I just want to show you two examples which I made using iteration. So this was one of them. So it looks like a Udemy course, and then again another was a very famous example on Sushant Singh Rajput, which it displayed the list of movies, the movie list. Again, here also we were using the for each. So like that, you can just try different elements which you want to see, but now you would have understood the importance of for each. Now, the next point which I'm wanting to cover is not that much used. It is called iterator, but it might come in interview, so I'm just explaining you the code. Okay, just a second. Iterator is not generally used, first of all, so you don't have to worry much. But it's iterator is also basically iterating over a list. The same thing happens, but what is the different? What I will tell you. Here, by iterating, you can learn which is first element and which is the last element. So let's see. Here, if you see, here you are putting template iterator instead of for each, and then you are putting contacts. Contacts is nothing but the array. See, this is the array. ID, name, title. Now what happens? You are putting the key. So in the key, see, you are putting it dot value dot id instead of putting it dot id, right? You are putting value in between. So what is value? Value is items in the list. So that's why you have to put a value here for iterating. And then see, we are talking about first element, we are talking about last element. So like that, you can declare it like this. So what you have to do? It value name, it value title. So what will happen? See, with the for example, you want to make the first element like bold. So you can simply put list first, and then you can put CSS to it. So in for each, what was happening? It was not highlighting a particular element, not doing anything to the first or last element. But if in case you want to do something to first or last element, apply some kind of CSS, then for that you need for iterator. So that is like an interview kind of question. You don't have to worry. But see, advantage of iterator over for each. So the main thing is, just a second. See, to check if check my first element, div f2 to check my first element, and it first display first element we are using. So if you want to check what is the first element we are using, so in for each there was no way of checking all those things, but here you can check your last element, your first element, and that is the use of it. Now example, if I see in the playground, see, if I go to the HTML, what I have done is, again, this is a syntax, so you don't have to worry. That's how you write it. And you pass the key and then you pass the values. But see, I have put here it first, and I've put some class to it, the first one, which we cannot do in the for each. The same I have done the class to list last. And if I go to the CSS, you can see that in the list first, I have put the border top, I have put the padding, same with this. So that is the advantage, that you can define your first and last element in the iterator, which is not possible when you're talking about the for each. Is it clear to you all?
Yeah.
Yes,
Priya?
Smriti,
Yeah.
once more, if you can just thoda summary mein, if you can just tell
Yeah,
us.
sure. First of all,
Yeah.
it is not very important. That is the first thing.
Okay.
For each you got it, you are good. 99% cases for each will be used.
Hmm.
Thing is that when we teach, we have to cover each and every point, right? So that's why I'm just covering it. You don't have to worry if you're not getting it completely. Iterator works just like for each. That is first point. Okay. Then what is the difference? By iterating, you can learn which is first and last element. You
Okay.
can, which is the first element, which is last element, and you can put the CSS to it, the styling to it, and do more things to it. But when it comes to for each, you're just iterating and printing them, right? You're not, there is no way to know what is
Order.
what.
There's no order in that. Yeah.
So not like order, if you put in the JSON, it will be coming over like that only. But for example, see, I have put div f2 it first and put the class name. Okay, so what, now I can put some class to the first element. Earlier, if I was putting a class, it would have been applied to in the for each to all of them. First element, second, third, fourth, like you printed hobbies, right? If you would have put some class, it would have come for each one of them. But with iterator, you can put for a particular element. And this is last and this is first. We will again go back to the code, but see, the main point I will just show you, this one. Iterator has some advantages. We can identify the first and the last element. You can learn it as a theoretical concept, if nothing else.
Understood.
And then div if true, check my first element, and div if false, then you can, same way, you can check the last element, and then you can put any class to it and then modify the class. And one more point which I mentioned here, once you are iterating, earlier you are putting for each, like that you are putting, right? But here you need to put iterator dot id, and then contact is nothing but the array which you have passed in JS, and then this is the ID. Then instead of putting the it.id, you have to put value, because value holds basically what is coming here in the list. So just a second. the value is the items in the list. Index of the index is the index of the items in the list, and then first boolean indicating first item and last indicating the last item. So I have just applied the CSS to the first and last, so you can see that before that padding is coming and border is coming.
Okay.
Is
Got
it clear to you all?
Yeah, I have a question. Can I share my screen and ask?
Yeah, go ahead.
So here you are saying that I cannot put div. Okay, can I not do like this, Smriti?
So is it coming for only one or is it coming for all of them?
So this div I'm closing here, and this has class, and this has class. It is getting closed here.
But if you see, the complete class is coming to each one of them. Again, did you understood the concept?
Can you tell again? What's your question?
So
did you understand the concept which I just explained?
Yeah, the ID, right? The key.
Iterator. Did you understand iterator?
Yes. Why we go for, basically I know that, like for the first and the last value.
Correct.
Get it
Now
on the list.
explain the question, answer what she's asking. Yeah, go ahead, Aarti.
So so you said that if we declare a class in div using for each, this class will get applied to hobby.id and hobby.name, both of these cases.
No. I'm saying it will apply to all the elements. That is singing also, cooking also, swimming also, all of them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
See,
Okay.
Aarti. Hello.
Tell me.
Yeah. So on the 8th line, your div is started, right?
Mm.
And
Okay,
where are you
let's-
closing? On the 9th.
Here.
So that div is applicable, whatever the class. Okay, styling will be applicable for that span. Okay.
Mm.
And the next div on the 11th line, that you are closing on the 14th line, that the next div will be applicable to the hop.names, to the names.
Yeah.
Exactly. So first div is for the applicable is to the ID, and the second div is will be applicable to the name.
Yes, all IDs, for all IDs this will come, for all names this will come.
Exactly. Yes.
But what is happening with the iterator? How is it different from this?
There is nothing. You are getting confused here.
Let me share. You will get it. Just a minute. Yeah.
Okay.
See this. So for the first element, above first element, I'm adding the padding and the border at the top. So it is coming above and me, and then below the last element. If you see, I have put the padding, border top, and then the padding before the first element, list dot first. So it is coming here and then there. Like that, you can do more things, play around. But the thing is that you can do something to the first and last element. The element means these elements. So, but when it comes to for each, all of them, the styling or anything will be applied to all of them, not individually. You got it?
Okay, now I got it.
Okay, cool. So anyone else wants to talk about this? So iterator is not that important, guys. Again, I'm telling you, if you're able to do for each, you are good.
Basically, the iterator is like you are iterating on the list, right? Whatever the list, there were 3 names on the list, in the list. Like example, if hobbies were there, dancing, playing, singing, 3. So there are 3 elements in the list. So using the iterator, we can get the first and the last element as well. We can do some changes on that, like styling.
Yeah.
Got it.
So see,
Got it. It's clear.
guys, we have completed introduction to LWC installation. We can have done Scratch, non-Scratch orgs we have done. Then there are some CLI commands you can go and check. That is not needed right now, chapter 6. Then you can go ahead and read the theoretical topic, 4 pillars of web component. Then understanding Lightning web component structure, HTML, JS, CSS file, meta XML file we have done in detail. Lightning local development server we have set up. Then we have done how to deploy it also. And then we have done simple code snippets, data binding we saw, then conditional rendering we did today. Rendering list also we have done. So we have reached chapter 14, and then we have also not completed, as in chapter 16, you can go ahead and try. Again, you will be iterating over it, and it will be applying the same concept. And then instead of like having the Udemy, you can just play around and think what else you can show. So, and bring your own look and feel. So like that, chapter 17, chapter 16 concepts are also done. So now what we can, next time we can learn about the parent to child communication using property. So this is important. But otherwise you have covered like 16, 17 chapters right now in LMS. Anything you want to say, guys? LWC developers?
It is interesting. It is
Yeah.
becoming interesting, Smriti. Yeah, honestly.
Gradually we will see. Right now we are just doing small snippets, so you are
Yeah.
not getting confidence. But if you go ahead, just do one favor to me. If you don't feel like doing any code, go here to the Udemy thing. Just copy paste the complete code. Just simple. So once you start reading the bulk of code, you will see the concepts remains the same. It's just because there is a bunch of code. That's why you are feeling the complex. Otherwise, the logic remains the same. So,
And
yeah,
if you guys don't understand it, just make sure you Google it. Try to understand. Like if you like it's okay even if you guys don't understand single word in the code. Just try to Google if there is any keywords why that is being used.
Yeah.
okay. So nice. We will do next class day after tomorrow on India time, and that's it. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Smriti. Thank you,
Yeah,
everyone.
no
Thank you so
problem.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Priya,
Thank you.
Thank you,
just
Smriti.
a second.
Yes, Smriti.
I'm just stopping the recording.